Hey, what's up everyone? This is Shadow Fox 007 and welcome back to another episode of Hidden Gems. Today's game is Happy Wars. And it's a game that, like many others, I think are kind of getting judged by their looks. And it's something that, since I was playing EDF and I talked about it, I wanted to break that, I guess, prejudice, if you will. And, I was skeptical still because I thought this looked very kiddish on just the cover. And I was like, wow, what's it gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, ooh, I bet you there's gonna be a lot of kids on it, and it's just not gonna be fun, and it's gonna be very, gimmicky because it's a free-to-play game. So, I hear a lot about these free-to-play games, and like the misnomers that it's a grind. And I would say, there is some grind elements to this because you gotta play the multiplayer to level up, to open new weapons, and not only weapons, you have helmets. You have armor for your body, you have shields, and then you have like accessories. So there's like many elements to it. So that's what I found surprising with this. It's deep. There's a lot of elements to it for something that I thought was just gonna be like, they're just gonna throw it up. I mean, this is definitely a game that could be sold because it's just that well done. And one of the things I really like about this free-to-play, and it comes in the form of what we're doing right now, is this is a special game type, and I'm assuming, because I'm just new to this, I just started playing it this month, is every month they do like a different type of gameplay. So it's not just always the multiplayer, which means, go to their castle, knock down their totem pole, or the big tower they call it, and then along the way, try to knock down these towers that you see kind of glowing red, because these are like spawn points, so you want to try to control those. That kind of could get boring after a while. So I kind of find it refreshing that the developers make these new game modes. This one being called, it's kind of like King of the Hill, and the object is you have to become the king, and you're very slow, but you want to move the king into the enemy's base, and the moment you walk through, it's game over, you win. However, there's different strategies, and I think that's the best element for the game, is that it's very tactical, and you have to be very team oriented. If not, you're just gonna get ran over, and I find it hard to just be the one-man army. Yeah, you could get a lot of kills, but if you're not working together, if you're not taking out these respawn points, if you're not being a hindrance to the enemy, they'll just win. And so, like, at least this group, they were very good. They're like putting down these and I'll go through what you can do. So what we're trying to do is like a group, I guess, activity. It's a skill that's certain people have, and I think this is the clerics, and it's one of the three types that you can be. So I'm a warrior, and the cleric is allowing you to kind of heal, and they'll build up your HP and build up your AP, which is the blue bar, and the AP is kind of what allows you to do your special moves. But what else you can do, at least for the warrior, is you could, since the warrior, I do more fighting styles, fighting oriented activities, and then of course you have your like mage, which is all magic. They do some devastating moves like tornadoes. They fire like archers, and that's all with the Y button. Now it has a cooldown rate, so you can't just keep on spamming it. Of course you could have a whole team spamming it together if you're working well, but you have cooldown rates. But like I said, it's very expensive, so there's a lot of elements that help your cooldown rate drop, so you increase faster. But that's just the Y button. The Y are kind of like your all around super moves, and then you have two other moves like your B and your A. Now for me, B and A still will decrease your AP, so the blue bar. So you can only throw a rock so often, and you see me throw a rock because it kind of disorients it, and that to me was my tactic. I wanted to be. But you could switch it. So if you notice, if you hit like the left button and hit B, it's going to swap which one you could do, and you could do that at any time. Even as you finish one move, you could switch to the other, so you don't have a cooldown. That's just how good you are with the controls. Likewise, the A button, you have three different options. So a lot of times you'll see me kind of do the last one, and you see me switching it right now to that super hit, because it takes, like, I have to hold A, and you could hear it like kind of power up, and if it gets to the fifth one, it's super devastating if you connect. And the reason why I was trying to connect was because I was relatively a low level, and like I said, since it's a grind, people play or pay and have played a lot longer, so they have just more items. They're stronger. Their defense is up. So for people like me, who's kind of a newbie, I do have a slight disadvantage. But I kind of like what the developers did. They try to balance it. So right in the beginning of the level, or when you pick your player, it randomly picks which elements you're gonna have. So sometimes you'll have this power up, sometimes you'll have a rock, and then sometimes you'll have a different Y automatic just to start the battle. So I kind of like that aspect because it kind of keeps us all at the same level, and it helps people like me who are kind of new to the game. Yeah, granted, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take someone solely by myself, but as like I said, this game is very team oriented and very tactical. So I wanted to see more people out there because unfortunately it takes a little time to get some of these matches going because the lobbies are small. But hopefully I'll see you guys around, and I'll be on, and it's free to play. So what do you guys have to lose? Until the next episode, this is Shadow Fox signing out. I'll catch y'all later. Enjoy.